Chapter 1064. Fury didn't have the time to manage Brown at this time. At this time, instead of feeling sorry for Brown, who was emotionally broken, he hated her very much. Because if it weren't for her, if it wasn't her damn brother, how could the Whale family encounter such a big credibility crisis? It doesn't matter if this damn Han is dead, it is very likely that the Whale family will lose more than half of their assets. In that case, the Whale family will no longer be the first family in Westcliff. Moreover, the nature of this incident is really too bad. It is estimated that the people of the whole country will never forget this incident for a while, so for a long time to come, the Whale family will become hateful of dogs in this world. Worse still, the Whale family's business will definitely be affected very far-reachingly. It is possible that for a long time to come, the Whale family's assets will continue to shrink. It is very likely that the Whale family will be reduced to a second-rate family. The saddest thing is that Fury has nothing to do with this. He was already exhausted. Because the most feared thing is to commit the anger of the people. If one day the Anderson family also had a scum, and the people across the country hated it, then the Anderson family would not be able to recover. Therefore, at this moment, the helms of large families across the country sighed deep in their hearts. We must keep in mind the mistakes and lessons learned by the Whale family this time. Today's Whale family has done a great job to all large families across the country. Class. At this moment, Fury has given up his reputation for saving the Whale family. He is full of resentment now, and only thinks about one thing, which is to seek revenge on Alex. Edward ran over to him and said, "Dad, the 8 heavenly kings have replied. They said they only obeyed Grandpa's arrangements, and other people's orders were useless to them." Fury hurriedly asked, "Did the doctor say when your grandpa can wake up?" Edward shook his head. The doctor said that he couldn't judge for a while. Grandpa had a serious stroke this time. Fury frowned. If the 8 great heavenly kings do not go out, I am afraid that I will not be able to snatch the father and son back to Gollum Mountain. Edward said, "But we continue to wait like this, I don't know when Grandpa will wake up." After that, Edward said again, "In my opinion, let's send some second-rate masters to try it out first. We will send a few more people this time." Fury thought for a moment, then lightly nodded and said, "It's not a way to wait. If that's the case, send someone there first." Edward said at this time, "Dad, actually I don't quite understand why you are looking for these enemies of Alex. In my opinion, these people are all hanging silks. How can you expect them to kill Alex?" Fury said indifferently, "Last time we underestimated the enemy, so we suffered such a big loss. This time, we must first stabilize and observe for a while later, first find some cannon fodder, and help us test and test." After speaking, Fury said again, "The 2 armies should not expose their main force in advance. Instead, they should find some cannon fodder and go to the opponent's position to test it. Once the opponent fires, we can find the opponent's firepower point. Then we will unplug the opponent's firepower point, so that if the army is overwhelmed, the opponent will undoubtedly die. Otherwise, if we send the main force directly, what if we are destroyed by the opponent's firepower first? Wouldn't we be taken away by a wave?" Edward nodded. "Dad, I understand what you mean." Fury hummed, and said, "Since you are looking for cannon fodder, you must find someone who has hatred with the other party. Because of this cannon fodder, you will be desperate and dash forward not afraid of death. The family, Lucy who was sent to the black coal kiln, Sean Richard who couldn't do anything, and even those who had been beaten in the face by Alex before, are all excellent candidates for cannon fodder." After that, he asked Edward, "Have the people who went to save Lucy set off?" Edward hurriedly said, "We have set off."